Are you someone that has high blood pressure and you've asked this question? Since I have high blood pressure, how do I lose weight? Well, in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can do it while also doing something else that you probably didn't even realize. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? My name is Noel and I'm an online health and fitness coach. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how you can lose weight with high blood pressure. Now, there's actually a correlation between the two. Did you know that you can actually lose weight and lower your high blood pressure? If you don't believe me, I'm about to blow your mind. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about the crucial link that is between weight loss and high blood pressure. There is tons of research that literally explains the relationship that is with high blood pressure and weight loss. According to the American Heart Association, shedding just a little bit of extra fat or even extra water weight can actually reduce your blood pressure levels. Now, when it comes to the weight loss itself, it's really important to focus on obviously keeping your diet in check. But the real question comes to, okay, what does weight loss have to do with blood pressure? Now, I'm sure you probably have heard this somewhere or even read it on Google, but carrying excess weight, whether that be water weight or even body fat, it actually can put a strain on your heart. So just imagine it like this. You're driving your car. Now, if you're driving your car and you know for a fact that you haven't changed your oil in literally, I don't know, way over the time that you're supposed to change that oil, your car is going to be basically putting in some extra work and trying to, stay alive and get you to point A to point B, just because the oil is so old or so worn down or actually worn out that it has to keep pushing the same oil throughout the entire, engine, just over and over again, up until you need to either A, change the oil and get some new stuff in there, or B, it breaks down and totally just shuts down on you. So when it comes to that and you try to imagine it as like your body. So if you have excess weight, so like I said, body fat or water weight, if you're still holding on to that and you're consistently, going throughout your day, you'll eventually start to notice some either symptoms or problems associated with, with what you're having in your body. So for an example, you may start noticing that you're feeling more and more tired throughout your days or your week. Or how about, you start to feel some aches, pains, throughout your body, so your joints. So those are just like small things that you may or may not notice, but it comes to a point where, okay, something's got to change. So when it comes to weight loss, it actually can, dramatically take off that stress. So it can alleviate some of the symptoms or pain that you might be feeling, and also alleviate some of the stress that your heart is literally having to go through to keep your body going. So literally just losing weight in general, you're alleviating some of that pain that, is going on through your body, as well as your blood pressure, because excess weight can put strain on the heart, and strain on the heart, that's where all the, blood is pumping from. If you're going to alleviate the stress on that, you're obviously going to alleviate some of the pressure, some of the pain that the blood vessels, aka your arteries, are going through. So once you alleviate some of that, then you should definitely start noticing some drop in your blood pressure. Well, the real question is, how do I do that? How do I lose weight with high blood pressure? Well, you can actually lose weight and lower your blood pressure. So in order to do that, it really, really comes down to, and I can't stress that enough, it comes down to your diet. So if you're honestly just eating, the foods that that are either A, causing the blood pressure, for example, excess salt, or B, you're just putting in too many calories and you're just not doing anything throughout the day besides working and sitting on your couch after work and watching TV, then you're not going to see the results. So really what it comes down to, number one, get your nutrition right. So that comes down to, what are you eating throughout the day? What are some things that you can actually cut out that will make it a whole lot more easier? For example, I'm not sure if you heard, not sure if you heard of the man Myron Golden. So he's this huge entrepreneur that he's basically is very successful. And there was this one video that I watched him. He simply stated that, you know what, I've had some trouble losing weight, and I'm gonna go ahead and lose weight. And he simply stated that all he did was just cut the amount of carbs that he was unnecessarily eating throughout the day. So what it came down to was he just simply, the only carbs he would have was just a banana. So he took it to, a whole level where he was going to cut out all carbs. But because he cut out foods that he was excessively eating, he saw a dramatic change, and not just his body composition, but as well as internally, like changes that he noticed, that how he was feeling, or how his body was doing as a result to him just cutting out unnecessary foods. So when that happened, he literally lost 9 pounds. I think he said somewhere within like a week, or not a week. I'm sorry, a month. He said so he lost 9 pounds within a month. But this was him absolutely not doing anything. Like, he wasn't necessarily working out, 5 days a week. He wasn't making sure getting 10,000 steps a day. He simply just cut out foods that he was unnecessarily eating excessively, and he already saw a drop. So that typically what it comes down to when you're trying to lose weight and lower your blood pressure. So number one, just look throughout your day. What are you eating excessively? Just look throughout your day. What are you eating excessively that you think, you know what, I don't really need that? And then just simply either cut it down in moderation or just cut it out completely. I mean, because you can definitely enjoy the foods that you really like. So whether that be like your favorite snacks or your favorite type of meals, like when you're on break at lunch, you always like getting the same sandwich at the shop right next door. You can still be doing that, but it's really just about you just, being moderate. So take care of basically your mindful, take care of like how you're feeling, with your thoughts in regards to your nutrition. So really just honing down on what you're eating. And then just start, simply incorporating more whole foods. It doesn't mean that you have to cut out absolutely everything that you are intaking. Just cut out stuff that you know for a fact, okay, I don't really need it. It tastes good, but I think I can just cut it down a little bit more. Or I can actually replace it with something else. So that leads me to the next point of incorporate more like nutrient dense foods, because when you do that, you aren't just getting the nutrients that you need for your body so that you can start reducing the stress and the inflammation inside your body, but you're also incorporating foods that will actually help you feel fuller. So by that I mean high volume foods. So that literally includes more stuff like vegetables. Obviously vegetables, it's not everybody's favorite, but why don't you try some out? Try and incorporate foods that, you remember eating as a kid that you used to like, or that actually tastes good. I've had it in a meal on the weekend one day. Try and incorporate more of that, because when you have higher volume foods that are super low in calories, aka vegetables, you're actually going to feel fuller longer. So if you do that, you're going to be, well on your journey, well on the drive to go ahead and just start losing weight. And you're also, since you're having those nutrient dense foods, so all those nutrients, all those vitamins, you're literally also going to be tackling the issue of your blood pressure. So that's also one way. And of course, the last thing I definitely would say is exercise. So if you're exercising, you actually don't need to be exercising, an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. Me personally, how I was able to lose 43 pounds, I literally did it just by cutting down my, excessive snacks that I was always eating. So that was like chips and popcorn. I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I still went out for a classic burger and fries. But what I did was actually just bring it down a bit more. So I wasn't going crazy like I used to. and I incorporated more foods that helped me stay fuller longer and gave me all the nutrients that I need, because I really wanted to lower my blood pressure excessively. And I knew that if I just started eating better foods as opposed to what I was, used to eating, then I knew for a fact that I was going to see change. It was just a matter of what I was going to do. So simply by switching out, chips with, a healthier snack like a fruit bowl, that was easy to, because I love fruit. So I found stuff that I knew I would enjoy, and I just incorporated more of it. By that, I mean, the good foods. So it's really just about, when it comes to exercise, you really just want to focus on something that you enjoy doing. If you like taking your dog for a walk, instead of just walking outside for 5-10 minutes, let's bump it up to 15 or 20. Or if your dog can handle it, let's go to 30. So it's really about doing just a little bit more. For example, if you're at work right now, instead of just sitting on the computer, why not just start, fidgeting more? I know it sounds, a little interesting at first, but the more movement you include into your daily routine, the more you'll start, using that energy that you've had, from your food or even the drinks, that Starbucks coffee. You can start using that energy to go ahead and start burning some calories. So it's really just about figuring out, okay, what can I do more of and what can I take out, little by little if I wanted to. So those are the main things that I would say, for general advice, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a, a registered dietitian, but this is stuff that I did and what I would say to make your life easier, especially since we all have busy lives. So if you want to go ahead and start losing weight with your high blood pressure, you can actually do both at the same time. I've seen it before. I've seen, people who have done it, people who have lost weight but also lowered their numbers. So it really just comes down to what are you trying to do. So go ahead and try these tips, see how they work out with you. Let me know in the comments below what other, advice or tips you've heard or read on Google. Go ahead and put in the comments below. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be posting weekly content about stuff like this so that I can go ahead and help you on your journey when it comes to losing weight and managing your blood pressure. All right, guys, y'all have a good day.